How was my 20th Spinraza injection? First and foremost is this segment will be a 2 to 3 part series just because there has been so much that has been happening that is a lot, and long story short, it has been quite a very interesting experience. Anyhow, I wanted to talk about how my 20th Spinraza injection had went. December 5th, I had received my Spinraza injection. For those of you who are unfamiliar with these injections, if you are new to the channel, is my long story short is I have SMA type 2, which is spinal muscular atrophy type 2, and it is in the muscular dystrophy family. And I received these injections. It's not for pain relief. It's a medication that is essentially like a spinal tap, but instead of taking fluid out, they take a little bit of fluid out just to put medication in. And the way they do it for me, because of my severe scoliosis, is they have to go at the lower part of my buttocks. I know that might be TMI, but they have to go at the lower part of my buttocks and go at an angle to get to the spinal canal, simply because of my severe scoliosis. It kind of blocks that axis from going directly in the middle, like a normal spinal tap. My 20th Spinraza injection, everything was normal. Everything went great. I had went in. I had got an IV. I personally get put under anesthesia, just simply because of all of my history with my back surgeries. I'd rather just be put to sleep when it comes to stuff like that. I was put to sleep. Everything. I was put to sleep. I woke up in the recovery room. Everything was good. Everything was great. I asked my nurse how was the procedure. They said everything went good. Everything went as planned. Oh, and when I woke up, I felt great. Like nothing was out of the ordinary. Nothing was abnormal to me. I had a headache, but that is a side effect, and that is something that I do anticipate and I do expect after every single injection. These headaches usually last for me about roughly 2 to 3 days, sometimes a week, and occasionally throughout the year. But I think when it's throughout the year, I think that is just because of normal life, like the normal living. There's events that arise, and it kind of gives you a headache, But after every injection, I usually get these headaches for about roughly 2 to 3 days on average. And so nothing was out of the ordinary when I had woke up. I received my Spinraza injection on the 5th, December 5th of 2023. And I have been taking these injections for about probably roughly 6 years now. And when I had taken this injection, everything was fine. Everything was great. I, again, didn't feel anything out of the ordinary. I felt normal, And anyhow, I get on my wheelchair. We leave. By we, I'm talking about my mother and I and my aunt. And we leave. Everything was normal. Everything went great. I felt normal. Went along with my day. This following day, which is December 6th, that's when I had felt some discomfort on my lower part of my back. On December 6th and December 7th, I felt some discomfort, but on my lower part of my back. But it didn't really capture my attention. Me being myself, I'm just thinking, you know what, Vic, maybe you are sitting up on your wheelchair too long. Maybe you're not reclining your wheelchair as much as you need to, because it's the month of December. You're constantly going. You know what I mean? And I do try my best to kind of be mindful and aware to like recline my chair and kind of take those daily breaks, to relieve some pressure. So those are my intentions. I felt a little bit of back pain, but nothing that was concerning or really captured my attention. Again, me being myself, I simply just thought, maybe I am just sitting up too much and too long, and I'm not giving myself the time of day to recline my wheelchair back and relieve some of that pressure. Those were my thought processes in that moment. Anyhow, as the days started to go on, again, to backtrack, as I got my injection December 5th, December 6th and 7th, I felt slight discomfort, but nothing out of the ordinary. Like nothing, let me rephrase that, nothing that was too concerning. As the days started to progress from the 6th to the 7th to the 8th, and the days started to progress, now this pain is starting to capture my attention. Now this pain is progressing and getting pretty intense. It's starting to become more and more painful. Now this pain has my attention. What's going on here? And of course, as those days were leading up to me feeling that back pain, that's when I started to take a break from a lot of the things that I do here at home, which is like creating content, which is me working on all of my other projects that I work on behind the scenes. I started to pull away from that, and I started to focus primarily on my health. I started to allow myself the time of day to recline my wheelchair back, to relieve that pressure as much as possible that I possibly can. I started to do that. Nothing seemed to be working. The pains got so, as the day started to progress, and the more and more as the day started to pass, now the pain is getting quite intense. Now I am reaching out to my doctors, and I'm like, I email them and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to, long story short, I said it more professionally, but it was along the lines of, hey, this is how I'm feeling after the injection. I wanted to inform you. This is how I have been feeling since the injection. And then I gave them the details of like the 5th I received my injection, and then the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. And then I started to explain more in detail about how the pain kept on progressing and how the pain was feeling. That's when my doctors essentially just said, like, keep me updated. Let me know if it continues to get worse, or let me know if it gets better. Let me know if there are any changes. As the day started to go on, this is probably about emailing my doctors around the 9th, 10th, 11th, and then probably like the 10th and 11th, emailing my doctors. I'm doing it that way. And then back and forth, let them know if anything changes. If it gets worse, then let them know. At where my pain level was at that time, I really didn't feel the necessity. I didn't really feel the necessity to go into the office and get it checked out, because the pain really wasn't that intense yet. I mean, it was painful, but it was bearable. And I didn't really see the severity to go into the hospital and have an office visit to get it checked out. Maybe that was my mistake. I don't know. But life is a journey. Anyhow, I wanted to give this updated video really quick. I know there's a lot missing from this video. Please bear with me. It has been a very interesting 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks, and the way I edit my videos, I noticed that I cannot pass 10 minutes just because of how I edit my videos. I exceed the file size needed on the platform that I use it for. So I try to keep my videos under 10 minutes. Please stay tuned. I know there's a lot of context missing from this video. I'm sorry, I apologize. Again, this is going to be roughly about a 2-3 part series. Stay tuned for this video. Is going to be uploaded on Monday. Stay tuned for Wednesday's video talking about part 2 and what happened after. The next video is going to be one with more detail and more context to the situation. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.